So yesterday I had lumbar RFA procedure done on my L3, L4, and L5 on my left and right side. I wanted to talk to you some about what happened before the procedure, what happened during, and now where I am with day one. Before the procedure, I got it done at the VA. So when I went in yesterday morning, they did my pre-op, and it was explained to me that I was going to be sedated but not asleep. It's very important that you stay awake so you can answer questions about if you feel anything going through your legs, or if you feel pain, or where do you feel pain, what type of pain. The most important thing is not it going through your legs, because if they burn the wrong nerves, then they can cause, they don't want to cause damage to the nerves that go to the muscles of the legs, because then that will cause some partial paralysis and stuff like that. So they have to keep you awake. So I was mildly sedated. So they started an IV when I got there. They didn't give me any medications. They didn't give me the medication, and found out they gave me fentanyl. They gave it to me right when they were getting ready to wheel me into the OR. I was in full hospital gown, scrub cap, not scrub cap, but cap, everything, had no clothes on at all, just the hospital gear. I saw some videos where people had on their regular clothes and stuff, but that wasn't my case. My case, I was dressed for surgery. They took me in. The anesthesiologist was so great. I wouldn't have been able to make it through the procedure if it were not for her. She rubbed my hand. She held my hand. She wiped my tears. She played music on her phone for me. She did some of everything for me, because she recognized how difficult it was to be awake and have these things happening that cause pain and can't move. She was wonderful. It brings tears to my eyes to just think about how wonderful she really was. Her name was Tammy. And her husband is actually stationed on the U.S. Truman. So I thank her for her service and her husband's service. And let's all pray that he makes it home safely without incident. So the doctor who did it, his name was Dr. Bailey. He actually had done my nerve block before, which was several months ago. So I was very comfortable with him doing the RFA procedure, even though I thought it was going to be Dr. Mendez, which was the one I was actually assigned to, but I was completely okay with it being Dr. Bailey. He cleaned my back with, I guess, iodine or whatever. First thing, they marked my back before I even left the room. He marked where he was going to go in at, and then, L3, L4, and L5 in my case. He cleaned my back. He started with giving me a numbing agent through my skin. Those were like bee stings. They tell you, oh, it's like a bee sting, but I never have been stung by a bee. It still hurts. So they do the numbing agent, and then they proceed to stick the needles in. And the placement of the needles are the hardest part. It's the most hurtful part. So once they get all the needles placed, they start doing a series of stimulations, because they want to make sure that needles are in the right spot. They started on my left side first. So they placed the needles on my left side of the L3, L4, L5, or L3. I don't know. I think they were doing one at a time. Sorry, he was doing one at a time. And so the stimulation it'll cause my muscles to contract or to spasm. And he kept asking, did I feel anything in the leg? What I feel, whatever. So, and they were also watching to see if I had any movement, any involuntary movement below the buttocks area, because that's very important. I'm gonna feel it. He explained you're gonna feel it in your buttocks, but not below. If you feel it below, then they need to readjust the needles. So they were doing that, and then after they do the stimulation and make sure it's in the right space, then they proceed with actually burning it. And I know you saw it got, he saw it to about 80 degrees and all that stuff. I didn't actually feel the heat. I was glad about that, because one lady on YouTube said it felt like hot lava going down her back and legs. I didn't feel heat. So, excuse me, I was very glad about that. But I did feel some pain. But every time, they were really good about every time I felt pain that was like really bad, that like caused tears. They were really good about, he was doing the local numbing agent in the area where he was working. And the anesthesiologist would also push more through my IV. They tried their best to keep me as comfortable as possible through the procedure, but me still stay awake. So the left side went off, was was okay. It was just lengthy. The whole procedure took about 2 hours. They got to the right side, and I kept feeling it down in my thigh. Every time they would try to do the sensory. And I would hear one of the scrub nurses say, her right foot is moving, her right foot is moving. So he had to place those needles a couple of times, and that was extremely painful. Him trying to find that right spot, and then stimulating, and then I would feel it in my thigh or my leg, or my they would see my foot move. I didn't feel my foot move, but they saw it jerk. So they were very vigilant in looking for the right stuff to make sure that he stayed away from the nerves that were direct connection to my muscles of my legs. So that was very painful. During that right side process of him having to move the needles several times, he pushed more local anesthetic. The anesthesiologist gave me more. I honestly believe that I went out while he was doing my right side, because I remember maybe it was about the third time stimulation after him moving the needles. And I remember it hurting. And then I remember them saying they were all done. So I believe they actually put me out because it was just so painful on that side. They also ran oxygen. I was breathing on my own and stuff, of course, because I needed to talk. But they did run oxygen, the little tube oxygen up your nose. They did that. So, it's always good at, especially with the medicines they push, fear is respiratory arrest. So they always make sure that you have plenty of oxygen. So that was good. Sometimes I was told to get a little itchy going up your nose, but you're not supposed to move. But again, Tammy was like, I'm a great nose scratcher. I didn't have any problems with my nose itching, but she definitely was there to wipe my tears, and she wiped my nose, and she was very sweet again. So back to after the procedure, they transferred me from the operating room onto the gurney, and they wheeled me to post-op. In post-op, I was in a lot of pain. And I was not afraid to say, I was like, I'm in pain, I'm in pain. They gave me Percocet they pushed more fentanyl. And I want to say they gave me a third thing. I want to say, by the time they were done, I was comfortable. They got my pain under control. They monitored my vitals. I guess it was monitored. They was just monitoring me for, I don't know how long, because of all the drugs that I was on. But once my pain actually got under control, I do remember having to be there for a little while longer. Then they discharged me from post-op and sent me back to where I was before the procedure. So they transported me back. They transported me back there to the original exam room or whatever, and went over no heavy lifting for a week. Returned to normal diet, but at first do soft food because sometimes the sedation upsets your stomach. What else did they tell me? Just take it easy for the next couple of days, which is something they didn't have to tell me to do because it hurts. They said that I probably won't feel the actual results of the procedure to about 4 to 6 weeks. And he wants to see me back in the office between 6 to 8 weeks to see how I'm doing, to see if there's any pain, or if there's any pain that's caused by something else. And there's another, something else they need to do for me and my back pain. As a history, I've been in pain since 2012. So it's been 6 years. And this is my first time doing anything, though minimally invasive, anything this harsh. Mostly everybody just want to give me drugs that I didn't want to take, and give me muscle relaxers and tramadol, and none of that stuff helped. I didn't want to have to pop pills to be out of pain. So this is supposed to last between 6 to 12 months. And I really hope that it does. And right now, though I'm in pain, if it does work and it lasts that long, I will definitely get it again. I think it'll be worth it to get it again. What else? What else can I share with you if you're thinking about doing RFA? I've had some problems with involuntary muscle movements in my leg. It's like my muscles, like in my thigh, would just spasm. I'm guessing it's because of the trauma that was caused by the procedure itself. And after a while, after swelling goes down and all that stuff, it'll get better. If not, that'll be something that I discuss with the doctor. I haven't had any numbness or tingling. But I have had pain in my lower extremities, pain in my back, in the general area where he was working, just pain. It feels like somebody stick a knife through my back, and it's come all the way out, like through my groin area. Like I'm hurting all the way through. It's not like surface, like it's through my body. But I had a lot of pain pills and stuff prescribed to me for just having lower back pain. So the doctor told me to take Motrin and Tylenol. I can't take Motrin because I have stomach issues, a lot of gastrointestinal stuff going on. So I have been taking tramadol, and I also have been taking Vicodin to keep the pain, to keep myself comfortable. What I've noticed is I'll fall asleep, then I'll wake up, I'll be in pain, fall asleep, wake up. It's a little difficult for me to walk. I've had assistance to go to like the restroom and stuff, because when I get ready to put pressure onto my left leg, it's painful down my leg and in my back. So I've been using assistance. My boyfriend was having me go to the restroom, but he's at work today, so stand by to stand by. Guess I'm going to have to be a big girl and just try to figure this out. What else? Like I said, it's been, this is just, like, I got the procedure done like 24 hours ago, literally. So I just wanted to shed light and share my experience with you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll make more videos as I progress, and we'll see how it goes.